Plotting graphs in Excel occurs in a similar way to that in MATLAB, in that all you have to do is you need to supply Excel an array or a list of X and Y values to plot. So let's just do a quick example. I've got here a Excel sheet and I want to plot X data versus Y data in terms of a scatter plot. So I'm just going to generate some kind of X data. So let's just do 1.5, spacing of 1.5, and I'm going to drag down up until 10. So this is my X data, and now I want to find Y data corresponding to those X points. So let's say we do something simple like X. Let's do X squared minus 1. Okay, and again I'm going to drag down, and when I drag down I'm just copying the equations. So for each X value I get a corresponding Y value, where that Y value is the X value squared minus 1. It's my f of X. The f of X equation that I'm wanting to plot is X squared minus 1. So this is the equation that I want to plot. So the way that we plot it in Excel is we insert a plot. So we go to the insert tab, and then we find plot. There's a whole bunch of charts, and we're going to use the scatter plot. Excel has a whole bunch of other plot types. So you can do pie charts, bar charts. Some of them are quite fancy, but for most of the types of visualizations we want to do, scatter plots are fine. So I'm just going to use a scatter plot with markers only. So only the markers will show up, none of the lines will show up connecting to those markers. So let's click on this guy, and what Excel does is it brings up a blank window, and what you need to do now is you need to tell Excel what to plot against what. So what is the X data and what is the Y data? So how we do that is we right click on this blank window and we say select data, and it brings up another window, almost like a little wizard for us to instruct Excel what data to plot. So we go add, and then it says give us the series of the X values. So the X values in our case are the numbers in column A. So I drag all of them down, I push enter, and then the corresponding Y values are the values that I generated with that equation. We can also give it a name. So let's say f of X. It's not very descriptive, but it just shows what happens. So when you click OK, you click OK again, and now you've got a nice plot. So that's very much what you do in Excel. If you want to plot, you just generate a series of X points and then a series of corresponding Y points. You insert a scatter plot or any kind of chart, and then you select the data. You right click, you select the data, and you can add separate things. So if I had another set of data, so I could call this Y1. If I had Y2 here, I could plot another function. So let's say I do X cubed minus 1. So like I want to compare the difference between X squared minus 1 and X cubed minus 1. So again I'm going to go X cubed, now minus 1. Drag this down. Let's just neaten this up a bit. So if my first Y1 equation, my Y1 column B, represents X squared minus 1, and my Y values in column 2 represent X cubed minus 1. So this again is just for me to show you what the equations are, so you don't get too confused. And what you can do is you can add another set of points over this over this current plot and show more than one plot at the same time on the same window. So again, we right click on this window, we go to select data. Now we can add another plot, and again I want to plot X versus Y2 now. So I want to plot column A versus column C. So my X points again are the same X points that I used in the previous plot. My Y points are now in column C, and I can click OK. Maybe I want to edit this and say F2 of X. Let's change this to F1 of X just to make it a bit more descriptive. And there you go. So now we've got two plots, and F2 shoots off a lot quicker than F1, because this is an X cubed and this is a X squared. So anyways, this is not a maths class. I just really wanted to demonstrate how to plot graphs. We can take any kind of equation, as long as we can express it in terms of, you know, a series of X and Y points, we can plot it. So we can plot anything with an X and Y coordinate we can plot. So that's just the basic principle of how to insert a plot into Excel. The sheet that you insert the location where you insert this plot on is dependent on the sheet that you're on, but you can always move it around. You can cut and paste it into new sheets and so on. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.